Um, I mean, obviously, we're excited to be able to get a win on Senior Day for the seniors. I mean, they've invested a ton into this program from the day that I arrived on campus in April of last spring or last year, I should say. So I'm just really excited for those guys and proud that they continued to fight and compete the entire season because there was a lot of ups and downs, and through it all, they stayed true to Oklahoma State and to our basketball team and our basketball program. So, extremely proud of that.
That's Brandon. You guys were up 18, and they cut it down to one there in the second half, and he had said that this team probably earlier in the year had a team gone on a run like that, they probably would have given the game away. What does that say about the final record's not where you guys want it to be, but what does it say about the resiliency of the team to?
Yeah, I mean, and maybe this is not for me to say, but I know that our team has gotten better, right? And we're not where we want to be as a program, but I know that these kids have invested into Oklahoma State basketball, and today was a heck of a reward for them on Senior Day. So I was, again, proud of them for their effort, proud of them for sticking with it, and I think it shows a lot of character on their part to do so.
8 of the 9 seniors who were honored today are all kind of came in with you, had to buy into the program just like you did. I guess what have you seen from those 8 guys in particular, just the fact that, they already kind of grew some roots here at OSU and had a memorable day today?
Yeah, it's so, and I said this the other day, I think Thursday at the press conference. It's funny, those guys, they love it here, and they don't want to leave. And they talk about already coming back. And that's a testament to Oklahoma State, and it's a testament to our basketball program and where we want to be and where we want to go, I should say. So, it shows that we're building the program the right way. The culture's is getting better and better each day, and it also shows that they're good people, and that they care, and this means something to them.
Yep, Bryce's quick start seemed pretty important in the first half, but especially seemed important late whenever they cut it to 1. I guess what kind of boost did that give you guys off the jump?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think we started off well defensively. I thought that Cincinnati did a good job defensively, and we weren't great defensively. I thought to start the game, and Bryce being able to hit those threes. I think he scored 10 in the first half, and that helped us. That helped us, and then obviously Abu got a foul, and we had to sub him out, and Pat came in and gave us a little bit of a boost. But nonetheless, I thought it was a great team effort.
I don't know how far in advance you look, but is it likely you might play again Tuesday?
Yeah, I think we might. I mean, obviously we all have the same matrix where you can plug in who wins and who doesn't. And I don't put a lot of time in that, but as a staff, we have to plan, hey, here's the 3 teams we could possibly play from a scouting standpoint. So we've invested in that, but that's just part of it. If you end up playing Cincinnati again on Tuesday, I mean, shoot, it saves time in terms of scouting and preparation. I would like to think that we can remember for the next 48 hours before we play them. But they're a good basketball team. I'm happy to get this win today.
You lose a good chunk of these seniors, and obviously there's the transfer portal. Is it difficult to have to try to build upon the successes that you guys have had this year, knowing that you're going to have to put together a virtually new roster next year?
Yeah, and the sad part about college basketball is you may have to put a new roster in every year, right? We'll see who wants to return and who doesn't want to return, and expectations and what they're hoping for from an NIL standpoint. But that's just part of where we are as a sport right now, and so you have to embrace it. And it doesn't mean you have to like it, but you have to embrace it and make sure that you do well in the portal, right? And we've signed some good high school players thus far, so now we're going to have to supplement depending upon who stays or goes with the portal. So it'll be an interesting time.
You talked about the program and everything still not being exactly where you want it, but one thing you talked about is want to play better at home and give the fans reason to be ready and come back and everything. Today's win marks most home wins since the 13-14 season. I guess, how does that feel knowing that you have that milestone even just in your first year?
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, I talked to these guys obviously about legacy, and we've had this conversation before, and they're going to be able to always say, hey, we came and we had the best record since Marcus Smart was here at home. So that's a little bit of their legacy. And what are we, 12-3 at home? I think 12-3. Yeah, I mean, still, you want to be undefeated. I mean, every college basketball coach in the country wants to be undefeated, but it's hard to do in this league. So 12-3 is a good start. I thought the fans were great today. I think it says 6,500 maybe. And they cheered and they were loud. I thought the students were great behind the bench. And so, you take pride in building it slowly. So from that standpoint, absolutely, I'm encouraged.
Before this one, you just come off a couple of tough road losses. You're able to get this one heading into the Big 12 tournament. Just how important is it, or was it, for you guys to kind of get some of that confidence and momentum back headed into the biggest games of the season so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were disappointed after the Central Florida loss and the Baylor loss, because in both of those games we obviously had leads, and it's kind of like you asked about earlier. You have an 18-point lead and it goes to 8, and tonight we were able to show the character and resolve to finish it off, and the other games we weren't. So you take pride in that. But we have to make sure that we bring whatever it was that we ate or whatever it was that we did before the game. We got to bring it to Kansas City, because you're going to have some tough games there as well.
You like your chances if you get 24-8 from Abu?
I sure do. Well, I thought all of our seniors contributed in a pretty good way. But I think the understated fact here probably is that I thought we did a much better job on Drizzle James in the second half. I thought defensively we were there as he was shooting more. Now, he missed a couple that were open, but I thought that we had more sense of urgency in guarding him, and we did a better job keeping him in front of us. For us, it all begins and ends with defense. And the nights that we play good defense, we give ourselves a chance, and the nights that we think we're going to outscore people, we struggle.
Only 9 threes attempted for you guys today. Obviously worked through Abu quite a bit in the post, but was that kind of by design in this one? Or?
Yeah, that's just kind of what they gave us. I mean, we obviously talked about trying to attack the rim, but when they have Bendago in there, he's one of the better shot blockers in the league and in the country. It makes it difficult, but I thought that defensively we were able to get some stops and get able to get going in transition, and you're able to get downhill and those sorts of things. I thought we did a good job, especially in the second half, of getting to the free throw line, and that helped us tremendously. I think we made 11 of 12 in the second half, which that's big for us.
And then I know today was mainly about the seniors, but I know Arturo had 8 points and 6 boards and 8 assists. Just what stood out about his performance today?
Yeah, I mean, Arturo's continued to get better and better. I mean, one of the things that we obviously stressed coming into this game was rebounding the basketball, and at halftime we were down, I believe 2, and we finished the game up 4. So that's a six rebound swing, and Arturo had 6, Sabu had 8, Newman had 4. Those are good numbers. We've got to get more rebounding from our guards and our wings, and that has hurt us, over this stretch, because we went from being the number 2 defensive rebounding team in the league to the number 11 defensive rebounding team in the league, and that's largely because we got our butts handed to us at Central Florida and at Kansas. We've got to be better on that end. We've got to figure out a way to get more possessions than the other team.
Spent a lot of time with Brandon Newman during your and his career. What does it mean to have a guy like Brandon finish his career with you, and what does it mean to the program to have him here this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I love all those guys, but Brandon and I've known him since he was 18 years old, and to see his progression from a young man to a man, it's heartwarming, because he's going to be a successful person when he's done playing basketball. He'll be able to go play professionally, but when he's done playing basketball, he will be a successful person. And we all take pride in that. Matt Painter and his staff should take pride in that. I take pride in that. And, when people call and ask, hey, if you have somebody to hire, he's going to be one of the guys that I absolutely recommend. So it's what makes it worth it. I mean, obviously the wins and the wins are what coaches chase, but really what's satisfying to you is being able to help and change somebody's life. So I feel fantastic about that with Brandon.
Abu talked about how his mom was able to come to this game. Can you just talk a little bit about those things that fans don't necessarily always see on senior day, just how special those are as a coach?
Yeah, I don't know that Abu's mom's ever been able to watch him play.
He said it was his first game.
Yeah, she was not able to come to our Seton Hall game, and I know that these guys are athletes and they're compensated and they get scholarships and all that, but it's tough, man. I mean, when I was in college and played basketball, my parents were at darn near every game. They were for sure at the home games. And some of these guys aren't able to have that, whether their parents are working or they don't have the financial capacity, whatever it is. For him to be able to play the way he did today in front of his mom and two sisters and be celebrated, because Abu, he's come here and he's worked and worked and worked, and he has gotten a lot better. And for him to be able to do that in front of them today that's a special moment for our program and for him and for me and the staff. So it's super, super deal.